Welcome to The Revolution, where our mission is to make our dollars revolve in our community. We're approaching the holiday season, a time when people traditionally embrace the spirit of giving. In 2016, an estimated $390 billion was donated to charities in the U.S. It can be easy to drop $1 in a bucket for a national charity, but who's funding the grassroots charities that directly affect the communities in which we live? It's up to us to financially support the programs that provide brighter futures for our children. A few weeks ago, we highlighted Mind Changers, Inc., a mentoring program in the Tuscaloosa City school system. Today, we're highlighting another impactful organization, DV League Mentoring Initiative. We'll speak with founder and CEO, Mrs. Chandra Mack, to learn about her awesome organization and how the community can help support her mentees. So welcome to The Revolution, Mrs. Mack.
Thank you.
Would you mind just telling the community who you are and how you founded DV League Mentoring Initiative?
Well, as you said before, my name is Chandra Mack, and DV League Mentoring Initiative is a unique and innovative initiative. We use peer mentoring and group mentoring and one-on-one mentoring. So it's kind of collab with each. It's not really geared or tailored to fit a cookie-cutter mold. Every girl is an individual, and we mentor like they're each. They're little people. People do not want to admit that these teenagers are little people, but that's how we treat them, like they're little individuals.
Oh, that's wonderful, and they definitely need someone like you, a positive role model in their lives, so I'm glad that they have you. I know that when you started DV League, you started mentoring middle school and high school girls, so now you have the DV Mini, so tell me, how were you able to expand, and what kind of impact have you seen from it?
Well, to be quite honest, I did not want to work with the smaller girls. I really didn't, and it was one of my older girls who said, Miss Shay, the little ones need a Miss Shay too. So you should definitely think about having DV Mini Mentees. She came up with the concept, the name, and it truly has been a blessing. It really has. It's a lot more easier sometimes to work with the smaller girls because they're less influenced by society. And one of the things that I found so impactful is that I catch them saying, well, you know, Miss Shay said, and Miss Shay said, and it's those moments where you catch them repeating something that you've said, but in their own words, to let you know that they've not only grasped the concept of what you're trying to tell them, but they've grasped it and made it their own, so that information now is their information. I think that's the biggest impact, seeing the impact in them, not just knowing that I'm making an impact, but seeing that impact in them.
That's wonderful. I know kids, they definitely are little sponges, so it really is important that you get them while they're young and train them up the way that they should go. So I'm glad that you are seeing some positive impact there. I know that I've heard that you've had some really phenomenal success with your graduates. So could you just tell us some of the success stories? What are some of your girls doing now after graduation?
Well, we have had every girl who's been involved with DV League, except for one who's moved to Florida. But every girl who's been involved with DV League in Tuscaloosa has graduated and is currently enrolled in college, and that is phenomenal to me. Just one girl being able to graduate high school and enroll is a success story, but when everyone who comes across DV League graduates and enrolls in college is phenomenal. Completely phenomenal.
Wow, that is really awesome. And you just really don't see that kind of impact in every program that people go through, and it's a lifelong impact that you're creating. So I hope that you understand how important you are in these girls' lives, and not only in their lives, but in their families' lives as well.
Thank you.
So I know that you have quite a few programs and things that you put on for the girls. So what are some of the things that you've done recently, and what might you have coming up for them?
Well, first and foremost, DV League Mentoring Initiative is a mentoring initiative. It is mentoring at its essential point. It's that one-on-one relationship. So we don't have a lot of the traditional, I want to say, mentoring organization events, lock-ins, and things of that nature. What we have is what we call mentoring sessions. Our older sessions are called sister circles, and our mentee mini mentees, as they like to be called, not DV mini mentees as they like to be called, because they want to mimic the older girls. But their mentoring sessions are called Cupcakes and Convos. And they basically entail just sitting around in a circle. One girl will throw out a topic, and we'll talk about it. It may be plans for the future. It may be that one was bullied, or they're trying to deal with an issue at home, and they never really feel awkward or out of place for saying whatever's on their mind, because we've built these sister circle bonds, and they know they'll be embraced and encouraged by whatever they say in these sister circles. We also have 2 signature DVD programs. They're called, we call them programs, but they're more like the sessions. Sky's the limit, and that's where we focus on resume building skills, career prep, those type of life skills. And we're really excited about our Stepping Out program, which Shalon D. Kennedy is the program director. And that program is going to focus on exposing our youth to different cultures, different foods, different traditions, and trying to not only keep them culturally aware, because a lot of people don't really know the true story of our ancestry and how beautiful we are, and that there's a king and a queen that we descended from, and they don't really know that. But besides learning our cultural past, she's going to make sure that our youth are exposed to things they may not be exposed to, especially if they're termed and at youth risk. They're not going to be exposed to those kind of cultural traditions and events. So we're really looking forward to everything that Shalon Kennedy's going to do. And she comes with a background in education and a passion to teach, so we're really excited about that.
Well, I am excited for you. I wish that I was one of these little girls so I could participate in all the awesome events that you have coming up. So it sounds like you have a really, really educational program. And not only that, you've built up a lot of trust with these girls for them to be able to open up with you and tell you all about their problems so that you're able to help them. You just don't see that a lot in our community. So I really commend you for giving them that outlet. So we're going to come back in just a couple minutes. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll talk about it some more. And we are back with Mrs. Chandra Mack, founder and director of DV League Mentoring Initiative. So we've been talking quite a bit about the services that you provide with your mentees. And I know that working with children can be challenging at times, both emotionally and financially. So if you don't mind, just tell us about some of the struggles that you faced and how you've overcome them, or how you are working towards overcoming them.
Well, absolutely. Emotionally, I'm still trying to overcome that. When you develop that personal one-on-one relationship with them, your life becomes intertwined with theirs. And sometimes I go home and I'm stressed about what's going on with them, and I need to figure this out for them. I need to figure out the answer for them. I need to figure out a solution for them. I'm still trying to figure out how to separate that, but then I don't think I want to, because it makes me even more passionate about what I do. Financially, we are a nonprofit, and we are personally funded. Everything that I do for these girls comes completely out of my pocket.
Wow.
There are times where I have to make 3 and 4 different trips just to pick up girls, because there is no monthly fee, there's no annual fee. It kind of boggles my mind. How can you be a mentoring organization and charge people to mentor them, young people? I can't understand that. I can't wrap my mind around it. And then I have these situations where I have to figure out how to feed 30 girls or how to transport 30 girls. And I go, well, I see now why some decide to go that route. But since most of the girls that I deal with are considered at-risk teens, and I hate using that term because if you grew up in a single-parent home, rather, you're considered an at-risk teen. So the stigma on that phrase, it's useless. It doesn't really mean anything. But since a lot of the girls that I deal with are considered at-risk and live in maybe lower-income homes, I don't really want to burden their families with, hey, can you drop this girl off here or can you meet me there? So financially, it's a struggle. It's a struggle because I have to transport them and then I have to feed them and I have to pay for whatever cover charge it is that we're going to. So it is a struggle, but we make it work. We make it work.
And that is really very noble of you. And personally, I don't see how you do it. And I know that you are far too humble a person to appeal to the community for financial help, but I'm not that humble, so I'll say it for you. I mean, nobody should have to take on that kind of burden alone, trying to feed and transport and take care of 30-plus girls. So the community should be willing to step in because it's girls from our community who you are directly helping. So
absolutely,
hopefully some people will look at this and see that maybe they need to donate a little bit to you because it's definitely a worthy cause.
It is, especially since we not only deal with girls in Tuscaloosa, we have girls in Northport, we have girls in Bibb County, and it adds up. It adds up. But it's for a great cause, like you said. I wouldn't trade this experience for anything in the world.
I definitely commend you for your dedication to the girls and to the program. So I know that DV League is not just supported by you, but it's a family initiative. So would you mind just telling me, how does your family cope with having all these extra girls in their lives?
Well, we've been doing this for almost 6 or 7 years, since 2011. And so they're kind of used to the house being bombarded if we have a sleepover or a cookout or a mentoring session at the house. And they have been phenomenal with the girls. A lot of them have befriended my children, and it's a blessing in so many different ways because I have a son who was in a very, very serious near-fatal accident a few years back. And his recovery, I definitely can say, was I don't want to get I know it's here,
it's okay.
When you go from being a vibrant, happy 13-year-old boy and your life is tremendously transformed, a lot of his recovery was helped by my mentees. They made him feel like the same core. They helped ease him into a sense of normalcy. And I get so much out of just being with the girls, period. But seeing how they embrace Corey like a brother, it's heartwarming. It's heartwarming. It really is. DV League has been a blessing to me and my family.
It's wonderful to see how close of a bond that you all have together, and how, even though you are supposed to be trying to help these girls, that they have made such positive impacts in your life and your family's life as well. So that it's just beautiful. So I know there are certain things that you want to do with the program that you might not be able to. You've already said how financially taxing it can be. So if you had unlimited financial resources, how would you enhance the program?
Well, you either go big or go home, huh? One of our goals is to acquire the Books A Million building off of Scotland.
Wow, okay.
That would be phenomenal because we want to, fingers crossed, we want to hopefully, God willing, start a children's theater, a dance ministry, a spoken word ministry. There's so many different things that we want to get these girls involved with, and that would just be a great start. That's a big stretch. It's a big reach, but yeah, like you said, if we had unlimited resources, that is the first thing I would do, was acquire that building.
That is awesome, and I can see that coming in your future. And I know that we do have a very supportive community out there, so hopefully they will go ahead and step up and help you make that a reality, hopefully soon.
Yeah.
So I really do want to thank you so much for coming and talking to me today and telling us about this wonderful program that you have. And just thank you so much for being such a positive role model in all these girls' lives. So before you go, if you don't mind, just tell people how they can reach out to you and make donations to your program, and also if they have young girls in their lives who they might think need mentoring, how then can they get those girls into your program?
Absolutely. Well, any inquiries about donations, you can email us at dvleaguemi@gmail.com. And if you know of or have a young lady who would like to be involved in DV League, please do not hesitate to call or text me at 205-764-3085. It doesn't have to be anything very lengthy or professional. Hey, my name is such and such. I have an 8-year-old. What do I need to do? And we will hit the ground running.
Awesome. So thank you again.
Thank you.
And keep up the great work.
I will. Thank you so much. Thank you.
A revolution is defined as a forcible overthrow of a government or social order in favor of a new system. It can also be defined as a single orbit of one object around another or about an axis or center. The Black community needs a financial revolution. Our current social order just isn't working for us. Studies show that when money comes into an Asian household, it circulates within the Asian community an average of 28 days before leaving that community. For Jewish households, it's around 19 days. For Black households, it's a depressing 6 hours. And we wonder why so many of our communities are impoverished. It's up to us to overthrow this social order of mental and economic enslavement and create a new system of unity and cooperative economics. Let's support each other and make our dollars revolve in our community. Programs like DV League Mentoring Initiative are crucial to the Black community. When our children are constantly bombarded with negative images of Black people in the media, having positive role models provides balance and helps them make better life choices. Imagine how much more impactful programs like DV League could be with greater support from us. I hope this episode of The Revolution inspires you to give back to our grassroots charities this holiday season. Let's support each other and make our dollars revolve in our community. Hotep family.